Let me ask you something. Have you ever said yes to something while every cell in your body was screaming no? You smile, you nod, you agree. And the moment it's over, you think, why did I do that again? That moment right there isn't kindness. It's weak boundaries wearing a friendly disguise. And no, this isn't about becoming rude, cold, or selfish. This is about protecting your energy, your time, and your sanity. Because when boundaries are missing, life doesn't gently take advantage of you. It drains you. And if you've ever wondered whether your boundaries are actually the problem, let's talk about the signs. Sign number 1. You feel drained after interacting with certain people. Nothing dramatic happens. No argument, no conflict. You talk, you listen, you leave, and somehow you're exhausted, not physically tired, emotionally tired. That's your nervous system quietly saying, this interaction cost us more than it gave. When boundaries are weak, conversations turn into emotional labor. You absorb, you reassure, you carry, and over time, people get used to having unlimited access to your energy. Boundaries aren't about pushing people away. They're about deciding how much access someone gets to you. Sign number 2. You feel guilty for saying no, even when you shouldn't. You finally say no, and immediately your brain starts negotiating. Maybe I should explain. What if they think I'm selfish? I'll just do it this once. That guilt isn't a flaw. It's conditioning. You were taught that being available makes you good, that saying yes makes you kind, that choosing yourself makes you selfish. But here's the truth. Most people learn the hard way. Resentment is what happens when you say yes instead of being honest. And resentment destroys relationships far faster than a calm, respectful no ever will. Sign number 3. You over-explain your decisions. You don't just say no. You give a full explanation. You justify. You clarify. You add details nobody asked for. Because deep down, it feels like your choices need permission, but they don't. A boundary doesn't require approval. It requires clarity. And the more you explain, the more you invite negotiation. Suddenly, your boundary isn't a boundary anymore. It's a discussion. Sign number 4. You feel responsible for other people's emotions. Someone is upset, and you feel like it's your fault. Someone reacts badly, and you start backing up. Someone is disappointed, and you rush to fix it. Here's the hard truth. You are not responsible for how people react to healthy boundaries. Discomfort doesn't mean you did something wrong. Most of the time, it just means you did something new. People who benefited from your lack of boundaries will always struggle when you start having them. That's not your job to fix. Sign number 5. You tolerate behavior you would never accept from yourself. You excuse disrespect. You ignore cross lines. You stay quiet to keep the peace, but inside, something feels off. That feeling is self-betrayal. Every time you silence yourself when something matters, you teach yourself that your needs come last, and slowly your self-respect steps out of the room. Boundaries are how you tell yourself, I matter too. Sign number 6. You feel like you're always available. People assume you'll respond. They assume you'll help. They assume you'll show up. Not because they're bad people, but because you've never shown them a limit. Availability without limits isn't generosity, it's self-neglect. Your time isn't unlimited. Your energy isn't infinite. And access to you should never be automatic. Boundaries turn availability into choice, not obligation. Sign number 7. You feel resentful, but don't know why. You're irritated, short-tempered, emotionally distant, and you can't explain it. That's usually what happens when you've been abandoning yourself quietly for too long. Resentment isn't a flaw, it's a signal. It's your inner voice saying, hey, we need boundaries. Here's what healthy boundaries actually look like. They're not aggressive. They're calm, clear, consistent. They don't sound like accusations. They sound like honesty. This doesn't work for me. I'm not available for that. I need space. No drama, no apology for existing, just clarity. And here's the part most people don't expect. Boundaries don't push people away. They filter. They remove people who only valued your access and strengthen connections with people who value you. The right people won't punish you for having limits. They'll respect you more. Because clarity builds trust, and self-respect is magnetic. So if you saw yourself in this, don't feel bad. It means you care. It means you're empathetic. It means you've been trying to be good to others. Now it's time to be good to yourself too. Boundaries aren't walls, they're doors. And you decide who gets the key. And when you finally protect your time, your energy, and your peace, you don't lose people. You find yourself.